Yeah, so our practices usually run about 2 hours long. We have two seasons in the fall and the spring, and the fall season goes until November, and the spring season starts in March. And so in those times, during the fall and spring seasons, we'll be practicing outside. We'll go to Warren Park on the weekends, which is a park kind of west from here, in Rogers Park. Um, and then during the weekdays, we rent out the soccer field at Hoyne, Loyola soccer field. So we'll kind of go out there and practice for 2 hours. How it usually works is we'll warm up, do a little bit of stretching and stuff. And then a lot of the drills that we run in the fall have to do with teaching basics, um, and how to throw and what throws to make. And then in the spring, the practices, we use some of the same drills, but a lot of the concepts are already learned. So we just teach higher level stuff, do a lot more scrimmaging against each other just to simulate some real game experience. And yeah, it's just a lot of running and a lot of throwing. As of right now on the team, everybody on the team never played frisbee when like coming into college and stuff like that. So when every player on this team on this roster currently has not played frisbee. Um, Actually, now that I think about it, with the exception of 3 freshmen that came in this year, but the majority of our players, I would say 90% of them, have never touched a disc in their life, and just kind of decided to come out and try something new. So in the beginning of the season, when we're teaching stuff, it's a little bit difficult. It's definitely a hard sport to grasp right away. The learning curve is pretty steep, I would say. But by the time it comes to like now in April, like you couldn't even tell who's been playing and who's not been playing. This year, coming in as the only returning captain because I was the junior captain last year, I really wanted to help this team get a kind of a fight, build a different type of culture where we are not just a team that has fun off the field, but we really bring that intensity and that drive on the field, because that was something that was lacking last year. So just kind of building a different culture, a more competitive culture, but still retaining that fun, welcoming attitude that the Frisbee Club has been known to have. So that's kind of like what I was trying to build this team to be. And so far, I think me and the other captains have been extremely successful because right now, going into the sectional tournament in 2 weeks, we're 11-1. Throughout the semester, especially like nights before tournaments, because we usually drive out to different tournaments around Illinois, or we did some tournaments in Indiana and Missouri and St. Louis. So we'll have like pasta nights together. For when we got our uniforms, we had a uniform distribution ceremony where we invited the guys over and made a kind of like a little formal party, I guess, like a presentation kind of thing. And then, like I said, we only have 2 seasons in the fall and the spring. So in the winter times between November and February, we have these things called workout groups where we divide the team up into pods of 5 guys, 4 to 5 guys, and your job is to work out with that group twice a week, when you can, whenever you guys want, but just like to do something with those group of guys twice every week for that span of 3 months. And I think like stuff like that and hanging outside of practice, like off the field, really helps the younger guys get to know each other and get to know the older guys, and really brings the team just like closer as a whole. So it's just kind of spending those minutes off of the field together is what really like helps build that community and like that friendship and the bonding. The culture of just frisbee in general, it's very unique compared to other sports. Just that when you go to these tournaments and you're competing against these schools, against guys you probably have never seen or met in your entire life. For a lot of other sports, like I played soccer and I ran track in high school, and when that would happen, it's always like you have a competitive drive. You need to beat your opponent. They're not your friends. They're your enemies, right? But at these tournaments, There's a respect for the game. It's like um, you play hard in the game, but you're respectful to the other teams, and everybody's just out there to have fun and play really good ultimate frisbee.